Moving on to number 4. Carry out the following calculations. Express each answer to the correct number of significant figures and use the proper units. All right. So we have A, B, C, and D, and we're either doing addition, multiplication, or division. Okay, so we're going to have to use our rules for performing calculations with significant figures. First thing we're going to do is addition for A. Now, what I need to do is I need to go through all of these terms that I'm about to add together, and I need to consider who has the fewest number of digits passed to the right of the decimal place. So this has 2, 1, and then 4. And so 1 is the fewest number of digits past the decimal. And so whenever I go to represent my answer, I'm going to round it so that it only has 1 digit past the decimal. Now, when I plug all these 3 numbers into my calculator, I get 39.9615. But that's not what I'm going to write down for my answer. I need to consider the appropriate number of significant figures. Now I need to have 1 digit past the decimals. That's this 9 right here. So it means I need to ask myself, what does this 6 tell me to do to this 9? It tells me to round up. Well, that makes that round up. Well, guess what that makes that round up. So we're actually going to have a value, get out of your calculator, of 40.0 is actually going to be our number, because we still have to write that 1 digit past the decimal. And then let's keep our units going. So 40 meters. Down here, we're doing the exact same thing, considering how many digits past the decimal. I have 1 digit past the decimal, but here I have 0 and 0. So in my answer, I need to have 0 digits past the decimal. But that's not the only thing I have to deal with here. I have to deal with conflicting units. I have milliliters and liters. Now, it's going to be easy enough to convert from one of these to the other, because they both have the base unit liter. But I will have to do some conversions. Now, you can either convert the milliliters all into liters, or you can convert this 1 liter into milliliters. And I'll do that just to save myself a little bit of grief. And so, actually, I'll just write it right here. So this will actually be 2,000 milliliters. Now that I have the same unit, I'm going to add them all together. So let's bring calculator back. We'll go 256.3 plus 2,000 plus 137. All right. So the calculator is telling me 2,393.3. But here's the deal. Remember how we identified that I needed 0 significant figures past the decimal? Okay. Here is my problem. I have to round this out. I have to round this away. And so really you have 2 choices. You have 2 choices. If you chose to round everything to turn everything into milliliters, you would need to report 2,000 milliliters, which is just the 1 significant figure. If you chose to keep it, turn everything into liters, you would record 2 liters. You record 2 liters. Now again, that one's a little bit tricky. Okay, that's definitely one of the harder ones so far, but that is how you do it. Now C and D are actually going to be a lot easier than a lot of people think. So I have this kPa, kilopascals. We haven't talked about that yet. Well, we mentioned it when we were talking about different quantities. It's a unit for pressure. We're like, oh, we haven't gone over pressure. We don't know what pressure is. I don't know how to convert from kilopascals into anything else. I don't know what to do. I don't know what to do. I don't know what to do. Well, you do know what to do, because what have we done? We've practiced canceling units. And guess what? Here's a unit on the numerator. That's also on the denominator. Cancel, cancel. Now you don't have to worry about kPa, because it's gone. It's gone. All we need to do is bring our calculator back. 300 times 274.57, and then divide by 547. Now, Again, this is what the calculator is spitting out, but I need to consider the appropriate number of significant figures. Now I'm doing multiplication and division here, so I'm just going to search for the number that has the fewest number of significant figures. This has 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. This has 3. This also has 3. So I'm going to record my answer with 3 significant figures. So it's 150, but this 5 tells me to round that 150 up to 151. And I still do have a unit here, so I'll include that. 151 milliliters. Now for D, again, I see that, oh, we haven't really done a lot with temperature yet. What am I supposed to do with these kelvins? Cancel them. Right? One's on the numerator, one's on the denominator. I can cancel those out. Don't have to worry about them anymore. I just go straight to my calculating. 346 times 200 divided by 546.4. And I have an answer. My calculator is telling me a whole bunch of stuff, right? 126.647144948875555. But how many significant figures should I report here? Well, 3 significant figures, 4 significant figures, but only 1 significant figure right here. So my answer can only have 1 significant figure. That's this first one right here. And does this 2 tell me to round it up or down? It tells me just to keep it as a 1. So 100, right? Keep the milliliter unit. You have 100 milliliter. Zzz, plural. Right? 1 significant figure. We've done addition. We haven't done subtraction here, but same idea. You know, look for the value that has the fewest number of digits past the decimal place, and then actually bust out your calculation. Then we've done multiplication and division in C and D.